So this is an let's start again. So the reason means anybody could access our application. I mean there is no authentication or authorization is in placed that actually restrict user. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to, I mean, whenever user try to access this thing, something like user screen should come up where someone has to actually enter the credentials, although we don't have any specific entities like user, but in future we want to implement that because we want these tasks to be attributed to particular user. So in order to that thing we want to apply Spring Security. Okay, so with that thing that is in my mind, we want to implement it. So let's just first stop the application. If the application is stopped, then what we need to do is actually we have to add the uh, Spring Security uh, inside it. A dependency, as a dependency we have to add it. So let's just add as a dependency. So Spring Boot, basically this is a Spring Boot starter security. Okay, although it is not coming up in the POM file, but it is same. And org, I mean it is the same Spring Test, just it is the same Spring Form Test, Spring Framework. Okay, so that is there. So I mean because I have tried it earlier, so that's why it is actually not showing as a red mark like this thing. After you will add this thing, you will have to reload the POM dependency so that uh, it fetch this thing from the cloud. After this thing is added, I mean we just added these things, we haven't done anything. If you try to look at the code, the only this change is actually made, only this change is actually added. So let's just try to see, I mean, what impact it has done on the our endpoint. Can we access it right now or not? So let's just try to check from the browser. So this was the application that was actually working. So let's try to access it now. Let's try to do it right now. I mean, need to say whether it is actually, I just started the application, so it is not getting, but you could see that it is actually coming on this login endpoint, although I haven't implemented this ending. This is actually default from the user, and you might be thinking that what should be the username and password. So uh, let's just try to add the username and password. So you could see, I mean, I just copied the, I mean, I would show you that from where actually copied the password, but the username and this thing, it actually started working because it actually landed on the home page and we have not implemented the any of the home page. So that's why it is saying that it's a 4 of 4, but if we try to go to the task, then it is actually coming back. Okay, so let's try to see from the application what is the password and the username. User is actually, username is default, that is called user. Password has to be no. So from the application you could see when I just ran the application after adding the only dependency, the only change. Okay, so the it actually pick up the password from here, use generated security password, and I just provided that, and after this thing it started working. So that's it. I mean, right now we are actually using default security from the Spring application. In the next, we will see that how we can actually implement our own way. Maybe we can actually bypass some of the endpoints and allow some of the endpoint. So we'll see it in the next time.